both sides, everyone had head. Everyone. I was trying to fucking put that kid, like, and when people were like, you should take it out because it's burned, I'd be like, nah, I can go 2 more minutes.
That's what happened to my sister. With,
the one shaped like a couch. You the one who told me.
I'm not going there because I saw that picture.
Did you not tell me she's shaped like a love seat? I should have said couch. You said love seat.
I can't remember. It sounded like something I would say. That's fair, but my sister is on a rough road right now.
I didn't know. I'm just going off of.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, fuck all of Natchez. That's all. Fuck my hometown.
Damn. He said, "Fuck his origin story."
Facts.
But I'm agitated right now. I'm agitated, and every now and then you need one of them little things to happen where you got to remember, like, we white or they white, we black. You got to remember, because something will happen, and anybody who's white that you think you cool with, something will happen, and you're like, it's bubbling up where they want to say something. You might post it, and it's like, boom, floodgates. Yeah, that's right. This shit with the little yuppie white privileged kids in the MAGA hats and the Indians' face. I love how a lot of
American.
You're indigenous.
Yes, you have to distinguish.
You correct. I love how white America will always come up with some excuse that, these white kids, no, they're not in the wrong. They're the victims.
Right.
They're the victims. They were there peacefully protesting. These evil savages came up with their drums, and they were causing the scene. And these poor white kids from Kentucky are the ones who have to be the victims here. If you look at the face of the one kid who is obviously kind of is becoming the fucking spokesperson for his white friends, but like, you have the look of a punchable face, and B, the look of white privilege.
Right. He had that smirk on his face.
That smirk of I'm white.
That prickish smirk.
I'm white. I'm gonna be able to get away with this. We're gonna be able to spend this because I'm white. We have the funds, and again, I'm white. I can do this. This shit is driving me crazy. I made the mistake of posting something on my personal Facebook page about it, and just to see the floodgates of white privilege come out, I'm just like, damn. Like, how long y'all been fucking holding this in, white folks? Like, this was your floodgate?
Right. I mean, it's no difference than people who still supporting Trump and shit like that, and the tactics that he's using to get his fucking wall built. Like, you're fucking over 400 to 800,000 people just to get funding for a fucking wall. Same thing, right?
I love the fact that if you heard about Cardi B and Tommy going at it,
hey,
Cardi B made a great statement. If you a Trump supporter, go work for free then.
Right.
I love, like...
No, the best statement she said is,
I will dog walk you.
your ass.
And guess what? Dog walk was trending because motherfuckers didn't know what dog walk meant.
Shout out to Cardi B for that.
That shit was trending. And then you seen like a spike in Urban Dictionary because that's where they look. Right. Hey, but you know what I mean? Shout out to Carly for just being real, and the fact that she said something needs to be done. I don't know what needs to be done because I'm not in that line of work. You know what I mean? She stated that she's not an expert, but she knows this shit that's fucked up.
I'm glad she had time for them folks yesterday, because all she did, somebody trolled her, was like, talking about something with taxes. She's like, look, I paid over $4 million in taxes last year.
God.
So more than likely, I paid for your health care. So, you're welcome, white man. That's what I think his Twitter handle was like White Bear or something with white in it. So right. There you go, Mr. White Man.
But then someone was like, well, the Democrats, the reason why taxes are so high. What the fuck are you, like, fuck this Democrat versus Republican, left wing versus right wing, man. Like,
that's a true statement, but it's only true because it's a deeper dive. You pay more taxes, so more social and lower income things can be
socially deprived communities,
right,
to thrive.
They can be actually brought into the fold.
Right.
Otherwise, it would be the 1% that would pay. Everybody would pay the same amount of taxes, right? If you charging somebody that make $400 a week 10%, that's not the same tax base, that $40 ain't the same as charging somebody who made $400,000 10%. Like, of course, your money's gonna go further than somebody that made pennies on the dollar. So yeah, the disparity is there. I mean, people have to wake up. If there wasn't all these social programs, it'd be more crime. It'd be way more fucked up shit going on because people would be starving in these streets, and it'd be way more organized chaos.
It'd be like a third world country, right?
We heading that way.
Yeah, it'd be all out war.
I swear this country is the gift and the curse. On some aspects, we have the freedom to say what we want, but on the other end, everything else is fucked up.
Do we really have the freedom to say what we want?
I'm just saying, like, we're not in, like, Cuba or North Korea where we can be like, fuck such and such.
You're not in China where you couldn't Google?
You can't even Google. So, I mean, it's the gift and the curse. We do have some freedoms, but the other end is, like, is completely fucked up on the back end.
Right. Why can't they Google in China?
The internet is restricted.
Very much restricted. There's certain things you can and can't look up. And if you do try to look up, boom, red flag, they come to your door like, why'd you look this up?
They don't knock.
Boom, pull up your pants. We seen you that Booty Talk 69.
They might knock like the Wakanda chicks.
There's 2 bald chicks at the door.
Look like Grace Jones.
They're knocking a knock again.
They be Yakuza. But, yeah, I mean, other countries like that are restricted and, you know, basically are socialist control, they have it that way for a reason. Like, it's like you say, it's like to save you from yourself. Like, America's at that point where we almost need to be saved from ourselves because shit's get way out of hand.
Right. And so I know you guys, well, I wasn't here that time, you guys talked about R. Kelly, right? I'm not talking about Kelly, but what's going on with him is way bigger than just Kelly, simply because now they're talking about pulling music, censorship, all these things, right? So where's it going to end at? And then you have some people coming, like one rapper, D1, I think that's his name, came out.
I remember that.
He came out and said, well, if we're going to condemn his music, we need to condemn all this music if it's not positive. We need to condemn gangster rap, this, that, and third, because he's like a faith-based rapper, right?
He had one semi-hit on the internet.
Right, I paid Sally Mae back or something.
Something, yeah.
So I'm like, this shit is about to get out of hand with censorship, and like, you can't even, if someone looks like a man, you can't even say man. You can't say sir or ma'am. You gotta, whatever they want to be called. You know what I mean?
Call me sir again. I'm gonna take you outside, kick your head.
Real quick. we referee, right? So you know we've talked about that. There's boys leagues and there's girls leagues.
Right.
But there are kids out there who you don't know what they are.
Right.
You know, you like, man, that look like a little boy. Like, I've seen it now where, look, I ain't PC with none of it. There was a little boy out there with like a sports bra.
What?
Yeah. So like,
fam. Come on, fam.
This is a boy. Like, I'm like, that's a boy. I know a boy when I see one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not R. Kelly, but I know a girl when I see one. You know, like, the shit is getting so weird and it's becoming too weird too early.
Right.
Like, I think, like we say, we've moved too fast on a lot of things, and the internet and social media, everything plays a role in it, right? Like, when we was young, you couldn't just openly be gay. Like, True. it was still taboo, right?
Right.
Now you can be openly anything, and you basically forcing people to treat you that way.
Right.
But at the same time, they can't take no jokes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's only really 2 protected classes right now.
Gays.
It's homosexuals, the LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E, F, G community.
The alphabet gang.
As well as women. The only 2 really protected classes.
White women.
I'm just going to say women.
No, white women.
So, I say women, period.
Because of whole equality in sports, like
right.
everything like that. I get it, but...
I mean, we could break it down and just say, white women more so than black women. Yes.
Yeah.
We could do that about anything.
Right.
Right.
You can always throw
you can always drill
the
down.
trump card.
Right. But I'm just saying, in general, it's only 2 protected classes.
Yes.
Now, I mean, case in point, look at Bill. Like, you go back years and years and years. Oh, he touched me. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Wine said all this shit. I got one thing to say, though. Before we get famous, side note, quick tangent. Before we get famous, yes, the last time I got into a physical altercation with a female was in 8th grade with Miss Antoinette. Was in Miss Pendergrass class. She got upset with me, and she charged me. And then she slapped me. I didn't do anything. Then she hit me in my nuts. I gave her a quick 2-piece and backed up off of her. So before I come famous and you try to say, oh, I assaulted you, I'm a woman. No, that was 8th grade, bitch. I was 14, 13, something.
Mississippi folks, because you could have been 17.
You might have been 14.
Yeah, I was 14, 8th grade, yeah.
You should have been 14.
What?
At the max, 15.
Bro.
I'm just saying, there's some people out here that's on the spectrum.
Funny story, right? Last year, Buddy turned 40. I was in high school with this cat. He graduated in 2000, but he's turned 40. That made him...
He 40? Wait.
40.
That's 3 years older than me. And he graduated the year I probably should have graduated.
Right. So he was 21, 22 when he graduated. But he was slugged up. 6 goals in the top.
That explains a lot.
Hey.
It was this dude in my school in 8th grade. He was driving. He was driving in 8th grade.
we have some people driving not legally, though.
I know when
they
I
weren't legally driving.
Was that? I don't think that was at Parkway, but it was some
8th grade, you were at Parkway?
No, I'm just thinking. In high school, I went to the zoo for like an extra credit, like science thing. Like you had to go to all these different spots in the zoo and figure these cars out. He was working at the zoo.
God damn.
So like that had to be say junior year. So he's working at the zoo and he's like a supervisor. So he had been there like a couple years.
Hey, at least he's a supervisor.
What's 8th grade though, bro? Shit, we worried about getting grades. He getting checks.
Oh, you got to pay taxes.
Right. Shit, I ain't selling my social no more. I gotta file my own taxes.
So I didn't follow the MAGA hat kid thing too much. But I did see a couple speckles of black kids in there too. This wasn't like an all-white school.
No, they were. So they weren't the only school there. So you had a march for pro-life, and then the Indigenous Americans had another march going on in like a separate area, and they ended up meeting. So the black kids were there more than likely. I don't know. I'm not. They were there. They could have been there for the pro-life portion of it. It was 2 different marches and in different schools and different whatever there for the pro-life march. The white kids just happened to all be from a school in Kentucky, a Catholic white school in Kentucky,
which smells KKK-ish,
doesn't it?
Pedophile-ish.
I made this statement on my personal Facebook page, and I stand by this. I'm going to make it here. I don't care who's listening. And if we lose some followers because of this, I apologize now. I feel, truly, if you wear a MAGA hat, you are 2 steps away from a Klan hood. Period.
That's heavy.
Period. I don't care what kind of flack I get for that. Like, that's how I feel. If you feel confident, Donald Trump is basically, to me, is giving you an orange license to just be white and be crazy. And be like, well, Donald Trump says it. That means it must be okay. Like, it's not okay. Something's wrong with you. Donald Trump is giving people this, all of a sudden, magic power just to be racist and open. I'm racist and I'm proud. Like,
right, like, that's a good badge to wear.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy because I see, like, a lot of my former officers in the Marine Corps, they support the shit out of Trump. They don't support everything he does, but they support Trump. And
they support the fucked up things.
So, in their mind, because I actually had an open discussion with one of them. He's a cool guy to me. In his mind, he's like, just politics needed a change. He didn't give a fuck what it was. It just needed to change. He didn't want to go down the same old route historically. Republican, Democrat, whatever. He said they just needed to fucking change. That's why he voted for Trump. He said.